Take it away.
All right, all right. Hello, everyone. What an amazing crowd. Yeah, so my name is Ryan. I'm going to be the moderator for this panel sections. And we have an amazing lineup of panelists today here with us. And we wish you to have a great panel sections. So without further ado, let's get the panel started. First of all, I would like to invite my fellow panelists to give a brief introduction about yourself and the company that you work for. And let's start with Ching.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ching from AppWorks. So I'm leading the Web3 team at AppWorks. What AppWorks is doing, we're roughly more traditional compared to Web3 crowd. We do equity-free accelerator, and also it's a VC. So we started quite a long time ago to build out the founder community in Taiwan, and later on expand to Southeast Asia founder community, both Web2 and Web3. On the investment side, same. We do Southeast Asia internet company investment or Web3 investment. So yeah, we do basically the service for founders in the region.
And next we have Kriss, also the hackathon co-leads of Taipei Blockchain Week.
Yeah, hey everybody. Thanks all for coming out. We really appreciate it. I'm founder of Zero Computing, but also kind of the reason I'm in Taipei and really the company I have to thank for bringing me here is BTQ. BTQ is a cryptography company building post-quantum cryptography. So think about when you encrypt and decrypt your online messages. Right now it's being done in mostly a way that's vulnerable to attacks from quantum computers. This is obviously a big threat given the fast growth of those technologies. And so BTQ works on securing digital and essentially the future of the internet via post-quantum cryptography. So it's great to be here. Thank you all.
All right, next we have Kriss with a K.
Thanks, Ryan. And GM, guys. I'm Kriss Lai. I'm the founder and CEO of Scallop. And about myself, I'm majoring in computer science, become a full-stack developer, after it become a cybersecurity engineer, and then become a founder. And I dive into crypto since 2017 as an Ethereum miner, and start building DeFi stuff since 2021. First, I built on top of Solana, and in middle of 2022, we start building on Sui network. Yeah, I really love like a parallel, a high-performance layer 1 solution. That's why I focus on non-EVM chains. And what we are building in Scallop is a money market, a leading one on Sui network with 200 million around TBL, and emphasizing transparency, risk management, security, composability, and comprehensive support for all of the users. Yeah, so thanks, Ryan.
Last but not least, we have Jim.
Hello, guys. So happy to be here. This is the first time I saw my new shoot photo displayed on a big screen. Because I was always using my Dappy, the Rabbit one with the blue background. So happy to see that, and so to be here with an awesome panelist and awesome audiences. And I think for me, this is a really special moment to join TBW 2024, because on December 12th, like just 2 days ago, Zeus network just achieved the first milestone.
Wow.
We bring the first permissionless Bitcoin to Solana, from Bitcoin to Solana. So this is a huge achievement, and we've done our product release event as well. Zeus network and Gen 3, I'm actually representing Gen 3 and Zeus network both at the same time. We started to build Taiwanese developer ecosystem from 3 years ago, and we started from building the Solana ecosystem, and after 3 years, we still keep building that. So we are so proud to be here to share our experiences on how to build a strong curriculum and how to build a strong ecosystem locally. I know the topic today is trying to attract the talents from abroad, right? Not just like Taiwanese people. We want
global talent as well.
Yes, we want the world to see the potential and how Taiwanese company can do, basically. So yeah, I'm happy to share later.
Precisely. So congrats to Zeus network. And for myself, my friend asked me, Ryan, you are not the founder, so why are you moderating this panel sections? So I'm like, let me do a quick introduction about myself. So hello everyone, my name is Ryan Ling He, and I have actually moved to Taiwan 11 years ago, and I'm an expat from Southeast Asia to Taiwan, proud to call Taipei my home. And I also work in So I also work in the HR professions for almost 8 years now. So what I do in a daily basis for the past few years, similar to Ching from AppWorks, is that I'm having conversations, discussions with founders, entrepreneurs, and business leaders talking about business expansions, especially when they need global talents. So when we talk about global talent, right, one thing that I noticed in 2024 is that Dubai, Hong Kong, and then also Vietnam is really booming. So I spent quite a lot of times in Hong Kong this year, almost 6 months, specialized in the Web3 fintech industry, and another 5 months around Asia, flying around. Actually, I visited the AppWorks demo day in Jakarta back in October, and then also
A few weeks ago, right?
yeah, and also the demo day this week in Taipei.
Okay.
Yeah, so not a stalker, not a stalker. Although I always joke that I stalk people online and got paid for it, but not a stalker. So that actually leads me to my first question today. So I want to direct this question to Ching from AppWorks, which is that during the Taipei demo day, I noticed that there's quite a lot of presenters from the Web3 industry. So I'm wondering, my question is this. So I'm wondering that based on your experience and observations, what does Taiwan Web3 ecosystem look like in 2024, and how is it going to evolve as we head to 2025? So over to you.
I think, all right, specifically seen for 2024, probably save it for later, but in the past few years, we see the whole ecosystem continue to grow, like the whole Web3 ecosystem. And particularly in Asia, of course, we started originally in Taiwan very technically. There's a lot of engineers from like NTU Lab. They started work on collaboration with Ethereum, and then started the first wave of the so-called Taiwan founders. You see a lot of like the Taiwan founders actually originally from, they were doing the research on the crypto thing.
Yes.
And then because of the previous two cycle, right? There's more retail, more investors, more talents started to join. So, and some of the talents after they work with no matter domestic or like local Taiwan company or some international projects or company, they sort of more ideas about maybe I can do this. So you see next wave of founder joining the industry. So in the past few years, I see. No, even though there's ups and downs on the token price, but I see talents, the inflow is definitely larger than the outflow.
That's definitely up right now, right?
Yeah. In terms of specifically Web3 in 2024, I think because of the regulatories become more clear and more positive, more enterprises started to explore this type of things. So it's like, say, I know you went to a demo day, right? There are a lot of traditional, no matter fintech, finance company, insurance company, hardware company, they were all asking me how can we collaborate with these Web3 companies on different kinds of angle. So I think this year it's more like awareness. They started to explore the idea, and I think they are ready in the 2025. They are ready to have roll out the real, say, collaborations or actions to help the Web3 company to reach more users, have more real cases. And the builder side as well, because like TBW, right? I remember 3 years ago, there were a bunch of people passionate about helping Taiwan to have a good forum, good conference. But this year we see a lot of friends actively reach out to everyone and say, my friend the stay will ask me, hey, can you help me to get on the speaker list? I really want to come to Taiwan to see at no matter retail market or how the HR market is doing. So definitely I think here as a market, no matter builder ecosystem, retail market is all growing. Yeah.
Wow. So 2024, I definitely agree that this is the year of awareness, and we are all looking forward of 2025, what is coming next. So next, we have another question for Kriss. So Kriss, what I understand that actually you moved to Taiwan a couple of years back, and then I know that it's not easy to be away from home. So my question to you is, what has been like for you transitioning from Canada to Taiwan as a founders, and what are the key challenges you face as a founders, also a business leaders, and do you think that you are able to find the right talent for your company?
Yeah, well, when I first came to Taiwan, it was it was in the context of there was essentially all the smartest people in my team were over here. And so I wanted to come to Taiwan to come learn from them for a few weeks. It was only supposed to be 6 weeks at first. I fell in love with it, turned into 6 months, and now it's been 2.5 years. I still go
Same.
home. Yeah, I still go home to see my family every now and then, but I really do love being here so much. I mean, the reason I keep coming back is I think Taiwan is such a great place to work hard. Everything is very convenient here. It's easy to live. And then you also meet some of the most bright people. I've met some of the most bright people I've ever met in my life here. And that's, I don't think it's any coincidence. Again, like the reason that I came over was because all the smartest people in my company were working here. And at the time that was at BTQ, and what we were doing there was working on, we were trying to predict which algorithms the US government would standardize to implement quantum safe cryptography. And when we were looking into who were the advisory committees for the National Institute of Standards and Technology, the NIST out of the US, we saw that they were being guided by a bunch of Taiwanese academics. And so BTQ's strategy was to come over here, find a bunch of fantastic researchers and set up office. And that really speaks to Taiwan's reputation around the world. I mean, Taiwan sits at the center of in my mind, it sits at the center of the world, both like technologically and geopolitically. We're at the center of so much infrastructure, and also we're kind of like a military strong point for the West. And so, yeah, I think it's been really easy to justify moving here. I think it's at the center of all the action, and I think we're actually just at the beginning of kind of unleashing all of Taiwan's talent, because now that Taiwan has a reputation globally and it's at the center of the world stage, more and more people will be interested in coming and investing and building around Taiwan. So it's going to be, I think we're at this very important inflection point. As far as challenges go, I'm not natively a Chinese speaker, and I know that's been, I'm learning, and I need to learn a lot faster. But I do know that that's been a big challenge for some companies, which is even though they want to take advantage of all of the resources in Taiwan, there is oftentimes a cultural and language barrier, and that's like not it's not any one culture or language is right. So I think there needs to be more kind of intermingling between kind of expat and foreign companies, founders, builders, and learning how to work with Taiwanese founders as well. So that kind of cross sea communication, yeah.
I can't agree more. So a follow-up question to that is that one key notice that I found out with all the global company when they come to Taiwan, right? They say that Taiwan is known for the hardware and software engineers around the world. So including big giants like Microsoft and Google's are opening up so many offices in Taiwan during this year and the upcoming years. So, but one thing that I noticed is that when they bring the Westerns or the US kind of mindset coming to Taiwan, actually it doesn't work. So, yeah. So how do you find that? Do you find that challenging, and how do you cope with that?
Yeah, I think our team at BTQ and Zero, we're still trying to figure this out. I mean, the approach that I take is one of kind of a more backseated approach, where I try not to force things into existence, and really try to prioritize relationships. I mean, it sounds cliche, but like at the end of the day, it's just. You can't work with someone if you're not going to be,
you don't want to force it. You want to be organic, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So taking maybe the not so typical business approach of taking it slow and just trying to let things, try to let the relationships build up themselves, earn each other's trust, and then from there you can go on and do the more kind of technical grunt work together.
Awesome. So that actually leads me to my next questions. So our topic today is about founders and talents, and our next panelist, Kriss Lai. Actually, before this, I met a lot of people. Back in the days when I was when I am sort of a recruiter, you are precisely the kind of talents I want to hunt for my clients. So yeah, but it's not easy to find a Web3 talent, especially nowadays. So one of my clients, they say that, hey, I want to find a Web3 talent. Find me someone that have been in the industry for 10 or 15 years. I'm like, this industry is not even 15 years yet in Taiwan. So how do you want to find someone like that? So yeah, so Kriss, you have founded your own company, Scallop, and I understand that your company is fully remote. So my question to you is similar to, my question to you is that how do you build a culture of finding talents, Web3 talents, and I'm assuming not just in Taiwan, but in the APAC regions?
Yes, thanks, Ryan. So Scallop team, actually, we are, yeah, like Ryan said, we are fully remote, and we based in mostly APAC. We started from Taiwan. We have teams members in Taiwan, Singapore, and Indonesia, and now we scale up with people in Shanghai and Barcelona as well. So how we start a team is I found my co-founder. Actually, he's my colleague long time before. He also work in Taiwan small startup. And then I think the most important thing is we keep joining hackathons, no matter it's online one, offline one, any like online event, and joining the open source GitHub contribution, and also some we previously built on Solana, so we chat a lot in the Solana Discord and there like a Solana hackathon Discord. And then yeah, I think it's interesting that we really most important thing is we want somebody who really interested in this industry, who know like even if he have free time, he will find something to do, even if he have no mission, he want to contribute in this ecosystem, and then just try to build a project like day by day, just keep improving. So what's interesting is we find some talents on GitHub, and then somebody keep contributing, and they recognize the land, and then they apply into the job. It's like I think Jun also have some experience because previously in Solana there's a Solana program library and some like Metaplex that's open source, and then like talents around the world will keep on contributing, and some of the jokes even say like GitHub is the biggest, like bands, like making friendships place, right? Yeah, I think this is one of the way. And then like we joined some hacker house, including Solana hacker house and Sui build a house around the world. And I think like this kind of offline event and hackathons really can make you find like somebody have the same vision like as your team, and then you can chat with them. Maybe even like building some small product together just to start being a teammate, and then see if you guys have the same vision, same plan for the future career, and then just also the feeling, how you guys work together, how you guys like chat, like everything. I think just it's like finding One Piece, go over the sea and then finding new members. And I think Taiwan has some advantage is we native Mandarin speakers, and then we also have a good English education. So actually we can chat with more than 95% crypto guys in the world. And I think only thing is like you need to spend some time to like dig in some terms or some like no matter technical, financial, like or depends on what you do, like the terms will be a small block. But also Taiwan is a very democracy place. It's a top 10 democracy country in the world, and it's very easy to you just need the internet, and then you can just link to the world. The language also not a block, and I think you can find a same vision guy with you, and then just try to be friends first, and then maybe try to build something together. Maybe you can just start build your founding team, join hackathons, and like a trend, never stop.
Sharing the same missions and having passion is really crucial. So, Jim, so although this is the first time we meet offline, but actually I heard a lot about Zeus networks. So I'm on LinkedIn a lot. So I saw one of the posts on LinkedIn, which is that one of the candidates went to interview with Zeus network and having a very positive interview experience. So for some of you that is not in the HR industries, it's not easy to maintain a positive interview process, especially when you are getting a no or yes, or more frequently no to the candidates. So I'm very impressed with Zeus Network's ability to have a good candidate interview process. So similar to my previous question, so can you share with us your perspective as a founders? What are your thoughts on finding Web3 talents in Taiwan or globally?
In the beginning, like when we started, way before we started Zeus Network. Actually, I've been in this industry since 2021, like 3 years ago. But we were not Zeus Network at that time. So Zeus Network was actually my second startup. It's my second shot. So I failed on my first shot, and failed like I would not say epically. It's like it's got tragedy because FTS exchange just collapsed, and then we lost all our fund. As simple as that. So we failed for the first time. But there are like a lot of factors, not just we lose the money so we cannot run it. It's not kind of simple. It's actually we made a lot of mistakes. I'm hiring people, I'm managing, on operating the company. So on the day one, we decided the fresh start in Zeus Network, like exactly 1 year ago at TBW actually. Last year. Yeah, TBW 2023 is our changing point. It's a pivot point. We were like, yo, let's bring Bitcoin to Solana. And the first meeting was taken outside. It was taken outside of the hackathon stage last year. So for me, this is really meaningful. Like after 1 year, we actually have committed what we were dreaming about. So back to the question. So what's my take on hiring Web3 people? The answer is you don't hire Web3 people. You hire people, right?
Okay.
You don't want to like just downsize your target audiences, because the reality is in Taiwan there's not much people know about Web3.
Yep.
So no matter what kind of a sort of a resources, no matter what sort of a channel you have, you approach, or no matter what kind of community you have, those are just very tiny group of people. Like I was like 1%. It's pretty small. It's too niche. So in the beginning we were like, okay, maybe we try to find some headhunter stuff. Maybe you try to hire someone from the community, because I was around the community for 3 years. And then I made a lot of like bad hiring decisions from doing that. I'm sorry to say that, but I think there are so many talents out there that don't know Web3 yet. Yep. So it's our job, our duty to bring it in, right? That's what it's about.
I can't agree more with at this point.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a whole bunch of opportunities, especially when you're working on some blockchain like Solana or Sui. Those are really high performance blockchain that can actually change how we think about blockchain. So let me give you an example, right? 30 years ago, when people started using internet, well, it's slow, right? So people, what they can do, they can just HTTP GET, like they cannot like, interact with the application. They think, oh shit, maybe we just they post some website. It's a static page, so I just put whatever I have for a company and then it will start doing business. It's like a bulletin board, in a sense. But then the bandwidth started increase, right? And so after a couple of years, we see Amazon, we see a lot of like online shopping, e-commerce starting, coming up. We see a browser war, right? At that time, maybe some of you guys, if you are OG enough, you have been using Internet Explorer, right? It's the first version of Microsoft.
Yes.
Now it's become Edge, and now we're using Chrome, and now we're using maybe some other more advanced browsers. So my point is, it's still very early, and how performant and the blockchain can really change how we think of a technology. So if you're back in 1994 and you talk to one person and say, hey, do you know that 10 years later there will be a Facebook? They'll think you're not. It's too slow. The internet is not, the bandwidth is not there yet. So I think we're in the same era, like working on a really performant blockchain, like with a Gen 3 blockchain, Generation 3, which is, they're fast and cheap. And they are very advanced in cryptography, primitive as well. I think Kriss might know it. You can have maybe native libraries on those blockchains. And these great features will change how we think about blockchain. And that's why when we were doing hiring and stuff, we're not just hiring, we're like opening the market, which educate them, say, hey, do you know you can have other options? You don't have to work on slow blockchains. You can work on advanced technology. And by the way, I think one of the greatest attribute of Solana and Sui is that we use the tools that already existed. So it actually makes people easier to onboard. because when you're in Rust, right? And the Rust is the hardest language in the previous, I would say, 2-3 years. It's safer, it's fast, it's really performant, right? It's not just like Solana itself. So by using that kind of tool set, it's actually easier to get Web3 people or whatever people to start working on it. So yeah, so if you ask me, what's our strategy to hire Web3 people, it's like we don't hire Web3 people, we hire people.
Yeah, that's such a good answer. So you don't find Web3 talents, you just find the good talents and educate them.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you, my fellow panelists. So for my last questions, I have an open question to you all. So I will ask these questions, and you have the 30 seconds to answer these questions. So no pressure, but only 30 seconds. So
Sounds like a
get
lot of
ready.
pressure.
Yep. So here's my questions. Can you share with the audience here today in 30 seconds about a project or an initiative that you are currently working on that you believe can attract talents to Taiwan or global talents to Taiwan? So maybe we can start with Ching over to Jim.
So okay, we're now just like disclaimer, AppWorks is not venture building any project ourselves. But what we do is basically throughout the founder community we build, and they come to Taiwan, they see the beauty of the engineering environment and all the collaborations here. They would like to have a hub here, and then plus the consumer market is pretty good. Take an example like Shopback, which is a Web2 company, a cashback company. They came to our accelerator and then started a Taiwan company, which till now almost 10 years is still there. So I think Taiwan market is attractive, talent's attractive. So throughout it, we just leverage all the things we have to make sure they can learn as a learning path to serve them to learning Taiwan.
Yeah. So for people who doesn't know about AppWorks, I'm sure almost all of you does, but AppWorks is actually one of the more early stage people who really care about the vertical of Web3, AI, and blockchains. And then AppWorks has been bringing up a lot of good companies from all over the world, especially in Southeast Asia, to Taiwan, and build up a lot of working opportunities here.
I didn't pay him, just...
No. It's just that I really like...
Not a paid ad, but just which remind me to mention us things. So AppWorks actually started to do AppWorks School 6-7 years ago. Back then we see the demand of junior engineer. Of course this year we sort of transformed the AppWorks School to AppWorks because upcoming 5-10 years we see enterprises will have more needs to turn their their co-workers who have domain know-how to be able to collaborate with all the AI related tools. So we think talent is important to fill up the startups. So that's one part we have been continuing to work on.
Yeah, this echoed to what Jim shared just now. Education is the key here. So 30 seconds, Kriss.
Yeah, so really succinctly, Taiwan's strength in cryptography is reflected through its presence in the US-led national standards, which is also reflected in Taiwan's presence in the Ethereum Foundation's Privacy and Scaling Explorations team, which is essentially its cryptography team. We're building programmable cryptography public goods for Solana. If you're interested, please join us. It would be a lot of fun.
Thank you. So Kriss with the K.
Okay. Our team thinks Scallop is the best lending and borrowing DeFi protocol in the world right now. And then, just like our vision is we want everybody, it to be everybody's financial solution, just decentralized solution. And if you just try to build the best product and try to just try your best, just like all the way to maybe the DeFi TSMC, I think all the smart people will try to join you. And then what also we can do is maximize our transparency. I know if we make our transparency just as high as possible, for example, open source, like open everything, have an SDK, have a good documentation, smart people will find us. So this is what I want to say.
Yeah, I think the talent will be really fortunate to learn from you. So what about 30 seconds to you, Jim?
Sorry, the question is 30 seconds summarize your company or?
So my question is that in 30 seconds, you can talk about a project or initiative that you believe that can attract global talents.
What can I say? Zeus Network, right?
Or you pay $3 to him, he'll like advocate it for you.
I just wanted to use this 30 seconds to say our, let's go and vision, right? So how why people wanted to come here and join us. So I have one simple answer for this. We want to change people's idea on using Bitcoin. That's it. Because Bitcoin used to be like slow and expensive. With Zeus Network's power, infrastructure, and application, we can change that. We will make Bitcoin seamless, smooth, just like you're using Solana and whatever other high-maintenance blockchains. So, yeah.
All right. So, what an amazing answers from my fellow panelists. And over the past few years, actually, I've been fortunate enough to have been working in a fully remote environment. I've been flying around Asia, but I still call Taipei my home. So just like Kriss, I always come back to Taipei. And every time that I visit another cities for a couple of months and come back to Taipei, I still think that Taipei is the best, Taiwan is the best. So I want to give a special shout out to all of the founders and also the builders here today. So I want to say that please come to Taiwan. And coming to Taiwan for myself has been the best decision I made for my career path, so as for my life. So that's actually the end of this panel sections. So before we end, I want to extend my gratitude to my fellow panelists and also give a special shout out to the sponsor for this panel today. So special thanks to DG Talent Innovation Program, an initiative organized by the Administration for Digital Industry Model and conducted by the Taipei Computer Association, TCA, for making today's panel possible and showcasing Taiwan Web3 ecosystem. So I want to invite you stay tuned to the update of Taiwan digital community, and you are welcome to follow the Digital Gold Card community on LinkedIn for the latest informations. We look forward for the next section, which is the demo days. And thank you, everyone.